When I'm walking down the street.
I do want to say to Doni and many of you in this room that over a very long career in this city, all of you have helped me and my colleagues tell the truth and to try to tell.
I may not look like you and you me, but
Take my hat up.
I'm from South Carolina, so I just...
What does this event mean to you, Miss Peggy Morris?
Oh, my heart,
Happy 20th anniversary.
my heart is about loving up on my sisters. Do you know what it feels like to have your sisters in the room? John.
And dare to be different and unique. I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting His glory shine through. I am beautiful, I am blessed, but not just what you see in the flesh. I'm free from people, free from myself.
The doctor lived next door to the janitor, to the reverend, and the lawyer. We were together. Now we get so high and mighty that you create stress for your society because you don't like poor black folks either. That's a health problem. Get yourself together so I can stop being taking care of geriatric people and get back to pediatrics. I thank you, Doni, for all you've done. Let's keep doing it all and more.
Letting His glory shine through. Dare to be you, dare to be me, dare to be different and unique. I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting His glory shine through. And I dare you, I dare you, I dare you to be you.
First name's Doni, last name's Glover. In it to win it for the long haul, baby. It's 9:02, March 22nd. Happy birthday to all of you Aries out there in the audience. Truly a pleasure. It's been another week. Been a very interesting week. A lot has been happening politically. Overnight, I got an email. I found that U.S. Congressman from the state of Maryland, David Trone, did not know not to use the word jigaboo. He was trying to say bugaboo. It said jigaboo. This man's 68 years old. He didn't know what jigaboo is. Lord have mercy. It's so good. You got Google right here. Let's find out what he said. Jigaboo. What is a jigaboo?
Here's the definition of jigaboo: offensive, dated, a contemptuous term for a black person.
A contemptuous term for a black person. What's a bugaboo? Bugaboo. Noun, an imaginary monster used to frighten children. Synonymous with boogeyman. They both sound bad to me. What's he thinking? State of Maryland is 30% black. What happens when you assault a 30% black state? Does that give Angela Alsobrooks a bump? Does that lift her profile? Or does that make Larry Hogan the next U.S. Senator from the state of Maryland? Inquiring minds want to know. I don't think David Trone is racist, but he certainly made a mistake. So the question will become, who will punish him for that? Will it be the voters? Will it be the opponents? So if you want to join us today, we're having an open discussion. There's a link right in the chat. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Special thank you to the many people who send comments all throughout the week. Derek Jones, we are watching you. Thank you for your support. I think Derek's down in Howard County. We have Michael Randolph down in Tampa, regular viewer of the show. Irvin Reed, we know you watching, Irvin. Irvin's down in Prince George's County, originally from the state, from the city of Baltimore. He's been in Prince George's, I guess, well over 30 years. This is an open discussion today, and we'd love to hear from you. What's on your mind? Are you watching the mayor's race here in the city of Baltimore? A week ago, the fire union chief with the mayor present called Sheila Dixon a mutt of a mayor. What? What would you have done? Black man, any black man out there, what would you have done? Would you have grabbed him around the throat? Would you ask him how his mutt of a mother is doing? What would you do if this white guy, fire union chief, would have called a woman you appreciate a mutt? How did he have the testicular fortitude to even utter those words? Didn't his mother teach him better? Wasn't a poor choice of words. It was a direct insult. And he is fortunate to be walking. A union president. He should have been fired. You don't know what to say out your mouth. Fool. Fire him. They fire black people for much less. Get myself riled up this morning. You don't know what to say out your mouth, don't say anything. You don't know the meaning of a word, get a dictionary. There's no excuses. And that privilege only goes but so far. Because there's some people out here that don't care nothing about your privilege, will walk up on you and tap you right upside your head. Al Sharpton released the tapes. I saw Al Sharpton once over the White House. You know, he didn't even want to speak. I was like, okay. And then he tripped as he walked by. God don't like ugly and could care less for beauty. I don't care who you are or who you think you are. You put your pants on like everybody else. Ain't nobody better than nobody. What your mother tell you, you ain't better than nobody and ain't nobody better than you. Well, at least that's what a lot of our parents taught us. Going into the baseball season, some of you know that I am a big fan, graduate, alumni, if you will, of James Mosier Baseball, the oldest black little league in the state of Maryland. Rode the pine for 2.5 years. I did play in a championship game in my third year. The center fielder, Jesse Stevenson, had to go on vacation. Thank God for vacation. And that's a reminder to anybody out there. You might be second string or third string. Keep showing up. Keep showing up. Because the first stringer one day won't show up. I'm just telling you how it is. And you be ready to play. Whether it's football, baseball, basketball, whatever, track. Keep showing up. Be determined. Be on time. Be early. My daddy would say on time is late. I know I just skipped all around. But baseball season, I just got this message from Coach William Neal. He's been coaching all my life. Good morning. James Mosier Baseball Opening Day Parade will be Saturday, April 27th, 12 noon, leaving Edmondson and Bradish. Yay! I can't wait to tell the world about this. We didn't have a parade last year. Glad to have a parade. James Mosier Baseball. Saturday, April 27th. And it's an election year. Everybody and their mom ought to be in this parade. If you know anything, if you run a citywide and you don't know about James Mosier Parade, shame on you. Better get down. Better get down with that James Mosier. Better get on over there and find out about James Mosier Baseball. Or you can hire me and I can keep you politically informed. Who you like for mayor? Who are you liking? Are you liking? I mean, it seems to be at this point, and we love our Yolanda Pulley. We know Yolanda Pulley's probably like easing up there in third place. It's a fight right now between two super PACs, and they can raise more money than the average individual. The average individual can give $6,000. The super PACs, they can give a lot more. So it seems as though the two front runners, this is not new, is Sheila and Brandon. Now, I may never get any business, but I did tell the mayor that I did not like him not G-checking the fire union chief. Some things is just simply unacceptable. We're not accepting that. This is 2024. You don't know what to say out your mouth, David Trone. You don't know what to say out your mouth, fire chief for the city of Baltimore. Then you don't need to be in public service. They have lynched Fannie Willis. They're trying to lynch Marilyn Mosby. And she just took some money out of her account from her retirement home. This cat Trump has caused 5 murders. And y'all said nothing. You've done nothing. But you want to string up a black woman. We know who you cowards are. Apply it evenly across the board. And let us not remind you of the double standards that you utter forth. They're unacceptable. Michael Randolph, come on in and join us today. I'm sure you got something to say live from Tampa. And black people, don't be so damn beholden to any one party. Now, we mostly Democrats. But if your Democrats are doing something wrong, call them out. Now, being in an election year, you may want to do that privately, not mess up the public persona. But all of this disrespect, it's unacceptable. We're 15% of the population, black people. We can swing a lot and sway a lot of elections. Local, state, and federal. Don't forget your power. Don't forget your power. People say, oh, my vote don't count. Don't believe that hocus pocus. If your vote didn't matter, they wouldn't be trying to block it so hard. Vote. I've always voted. I've messed up a lot of things in life. A lot of things. But I ain't messing up that voting. I don't care what's going on. I could be upside down. I'm going to vote. I remember the day Obama was elected. A half a block away at the school, Old Penderhughes. The line was out the door, 7 o'clock a.m. I was so proud. What was that, 2008? So proud of black people. They say we don't vote. That's a lie. Stop listening to the stuff that comes across as TV and get yourself some black media, whether it's this network, Black USA, whether it's BeMoreNews.com, whether it's the Afro. It's more than enough for everybody. The Baltimore Times, they like positive stories. Joy Bramble, her son David Bramble, he's developing the harbor. We hope to have him on the air soon. Support black media. Last Saturday was the 197th anniversary of the Black Press. It began in New York City on March 16, 1827, when John Russwurm and Samuel Cornish and others published the first black newspaper. Now, I'm going to give you a tidbit. A lot of people think from an American-centric or Americo-centric perspective. We come from the mentality of being an American. And so all we think of the first black newspaper was Freedom's Journal, 1827, New York City. Like that's the first newspaper, not only in the country, we assume or presume it's the first black newspaper ever. Wrong. Wrong. First black newspaper ever came out of Africa. It was around 1807 in Sierra Leone, Lion Mountain, for those who speak, French. Sierra Leone, first black newspaper. And Sierra Leone is where they sent back British expatriates. And these were like Americans who fought with the British against the Americans in the Revolutionary War and lost. And so they had to hightail it up out of Dodge because cats were looking for them. Sierra Leone is where they sent British expatriates, blacks who had been enslaved, who fought for the British, lost, and hightailed it up out of here. First, they went up to Nova Scotia, and then they went to Africa. There's Sierra Leone is not far from Liberia, where American freed blacks went back to. So British sent formerly enslaved Africans back to Sierra Leone, and America sent formerly enslaved African Americans to Liberia. I remember meeting a man from Liberia, and I remember some of the first things I learned about Liberia is that they had black people named after famous whites like George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. Give me my freedom, call me whatever you want. Well, let me, if I take my freedom, but I don't think I'd be naming myself no damn George Washington or Thomas Jefferson. I would find me something. I'd have to get some Afrocentric. Come on, man, you're in Africa. Kwame. You know, Kwesi. I was having a discussion on WEAA last night. For those who don't know, we do a live broadcast at midnight every Thursday night on 88.9 FM, live from the campus of Morgan State University. I've been doing that for some years now. I've been affiliated with WEAA since I was 15, so that's most of my life, certainly all of my journalism career. And we had a young man on, formerly a drug dealer, and he was sharing some pearls of wisdom. 27 years old. He's already done some time in prison, brief time, but he's turned that corner, and we're so proud of him. And he was, for me, motivation, prayerfully, for a lot of other young black men, not just here in the city of Baltimore, but Baltimore County, Prince George's County, DC, Philly, Atlanta, and so on and so forth. One of the things I said, and I really believe this in my heart of hearts, I know it, that when a young man turns 18 in the city of Baltimore, he need to get the hell out of town. Anywhere is safer than Baltimore for a young black man lacking focus. Send him somewhere. Get him out of town. Let him go see the world. Military, they're killing more people in Baltimore than in Afghanistan. Yeah, get him up out of here. I used to be very opposed to the military. I don't like them. I don't trust them. But odds-wise, our young men have a better chance in the military. Now, that is war. Don't be mistaken. But Baltimore's war. And we live in a war zone. And there's lots of trauma. And so as we talk about these school shootings, oh, they got counselors on site for students who needing therapy. The whole damn city of Baltimore needs some therapy. Black people and white people. And I say it again. If black people get all the therapy and get healed up and white people don't, we right back to square one. Everybody needs some therapy. Everybody needs to be honest. Put their cards on the table. You don't like living around black people? Say it. And go in over there where there ain't nobody and live by yourself. Because the world is full of all kinds of diversity. People play with that term diversity, equity, and inclusion. Whatever. We know you are a racist. It's obvious. Then get yourself together. You never know. You might need a black man's heart or a black woman's liver or whatever the case. Blood is blood. Oh, I'm a racist. Whatever. Silly rabbit. You don't know what you got in your blood. You might be blacker than you think. And then everybody is black. Go do your research. DNA. Look up the San Bushmen. They have the oldest DNA on the planet. You know what that means? Everybody can trace their roots back to the San Bushmen of Namibia. Don't take my word for it. Go check it out yourself. Come on in here, Michael Randolph. See what you're talking about before we get up out of here for the weekend. How you doing? Check it out yourself.
Hey, Danny, how's it going?
And what is the backdrop thing? What do you have going on behind you? Are you in a closet?
No, actually, this is how I get to the world. It's got 3 computers, 4 printers. So if I'm trying to talk, I can talk in 6 locations at the same time. So yeah,
What's happening
but
with
you
you,
know,
Michael
I'm
Randolph?
over here today to talk about those dollar houses, man. That's going on in Baltimore, and I hope that the man is very wise on how he used those houses. I fear that those houses will increase gentrification unless he commit at least 50% to affordable housing, 20% to homeless, and then the other 25% to people in general. Because he has that power to increase affordable housing using those dollar houses instead of having people come in, create those expensive houses, and gentrify the community. What's your thoughts?
I don't like election year stunts. You should have been doing it all along.
Okay.
What's the stunt for? We need it now. We don't need another game plan politician. So, number two, you need $100,000 to rehab one of these Baltimore City row houses. Used to be 75, inflation, everything costs more. 100,000. So you get the house for $1, and you don't have 100,000, and you have a year to turn it over. What are we really doing now? This is not to make any excuses. Black people have been slouching. For the past 2 weeks, I've watched 4 or 5 Latino men and 3 Latino women rehab a house, a shell of a house. They put in their 8, 9 hours right across the street, and they took a house with half a roof. They cleaned out the basement. They got a conveyor belt right there at the basement window. And they taking out dirt, rocks, big old rocks. And they got a woman up in this trailer helping to get the stuff off the conveyor belt. She working harder than a man. Why can't we do that? We got cats standing on the corner, slinging dope. Yeah, boy, yeah, me, hear me, yeah, all that yin yang. This my block. Yeah, I mean, it's my block. Yeah, I mean, don't own no deed to anything. Ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. But we slick. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Slim. We got it going on. Ain't got nothing. Then we say, oh, the white people moving back. Gentrification. Gentrification. That's what we got. Gentrification. Baltimore's the last East Coast city to gentrify because this is also the home of segregation. That being so, are you mad at the white people who are moving into your neighborhood or the Latinos who are coming in and rehabbing houses? Are you really mad at them? Or are you mad at the black people who left? And not only did they leave, they never come back, and they could care less about grandma's house. So then grandma's house becomes a vacant, becomes a problem, becomes an issue for the city, one of the 13 or 16,000, how many damn thousands of vacants there are. So who are we really mad at? We run into the county because we want better opportunities. I get it. We want better educational systems. I get it. But we have forsaken a part of town. There are other people are coming here and finding value in it. One man's trash is another man's treasure. That's what I think of it, Michael Randolph. What do you think of it?
Well, I was listening to this guy last night. Christine Flowers was at this event, and this guy's running for mayor. And he made really good sense about the dollar houses. One thing he said that what would happen, because you're right, I'm sorry.
Who?
God, who is this guy? I can't think of his name. I think he's been in the press a whole lot lately.
Bob Wallace? I want to come on the show.
Who?
Bob Wallace?
Not him.
Baltimore.
I can't think of the guy. Baru something.
Oh, Tharu Vignaraja. How you want that?
Yes. What was interesting about what he was saying about the dollar houses was that because if you put in 100,000 and it's only worth 80,000, that the government should subsidize that. And what would happen is that the government would own 25% of that. So if that person tried to sell that house, the city will get this money. I thought that idea was a really good idea in dealing with those dollar houses. But Donnie, let me ask you another quick question, man, about New York sending in
The Roo is a
National
very
Guard.
smart man. I've been the Roo's pretty smart guy. I was hard on him. I used to beat him up all the time, but I'll tell you, over the past 3 years, I saw him out there more than anybody.
For sure.
I saw him out
Donnie,
here
what do you think
helping
about the
people.
National Guard being brought in New York?
The National Guard, what?
The governor has sent the National Guards to the subway to deal with crime. What do you think about the National Guards coming into Baltimore to deal with the crime problem?
Problem with the National Guard is they don't have any experience dealing with inner city scenarios. So they're trained to shoot and kill. I used to think that was a good idea, but they don't have any experience. So you got a young kid, a weekend warrior, and you don't know where his state of mind is. It takes training. I mean, you got Baltimore City cops that don't know how to deal with this madness. They sit in their cars. They've gotten out a lot more now that it's election time, which is some bullshiggity to me. We wanted to see you out here 3.5, 4 years ago walking the beat. Now you doing it because it's an election year. And so I'm looking at the dollar house the same way. Ho, pimp, you've been there 3.5 years. What have you been doing? Baltimore City off the damn chain, bro. I don't spend this much money on water. I don't use that much water, yet my bill reflects that I use a lot of water. I mean, preferably we washing up and things like that, but property taxes through the roof because the few of us who are here, we're paying for the people who are not here. We just need some leadership, and we need some maturity. I think one thing that has happened when you bring in a younger generation of leaders is they discard the older people. Huge mistake. The older people have the wisdom. Younger people got the legs. The older people got the wisdom. You need that youth, but you need that wisdom. You got no wisdom, you have nothing. Let's see what Terrence Dixon said about that. My main man.
Now, let me ask you a quick question. What brought you into
Hey,
media?
hold up. This ain't the Michael Randolph show. If you want your own show, we can get you a show. Come on here trying to flip the script. Terrence Dixon. We got Tampa Bay, Florida. This cat from Sandtown, but he been hanging out there in one of your favorite places, Florida.
Oh, I follow him a lot. What's up, Terrence? I follow him online a lot. What's up, man?
Hey, how are you? How are you? Real peaceful,
I'm good.
You know, I tell you what I'm like in Florida. I'm liking Florida a lot, Donnie. You know, they treat business people down there like business, man. So, you know what I mean?
Let's not forget, you got Rubio down there.
Yeah, he here. Right.
Yeah, but you want to know what? Regardless of what environment you're in, you can make it happen when you need to make it happen. But
we can make it happen here.
Yo, I've been trying for over 30 years, and it's no way that we should be challenged like we are right now. You see how I'm smiling? I said I'm going to keep smiling. You know? It's different here, Donnie. It's different here. When people have the intent that they want you to do awesome, guess what? You're going to do awesome. When they have other thoughts on you, that's where they leave you at. And that's kind of really the feeling that you feel here right now. You feel me? When you want to really talk about small and black business today, it's tough out here in the Windy City, baby. It's tough.
Be more city. I don't know why I love you. Seems you remind me of myself. You remember Gil Scott-Heron said that? New York City. Right. Misused and mistreated.
Come on, man. You see what I'm saying, man? And I'm in love with this place too, bro. I can't leave. Man, you know how many people ask me to leave? You know how many people will pay for me to leave? And I just can't leave them, man, because I see the beauty here. You know? I see the beauty here. I see the
Baltimore don't love black people, man. Baltimore hard on black. We got a school CEO. What do you think of the school CEO staying another 4 years?
Well, you want to know what, Donnie? You know what? That's kind of crazy because I seen that a minute ago, and one of the things is that I keep seeing us pointing fingers left and right, and not at the real cause.
It
Okay, the
started
real
with
cause is
parents.
that the real cause is that we're just continuing to be sharecroppers here. So that means we have no voice.
This
Okay,
lady make 400,000 a
just cause
year.
it look black, don't mean it's always black, baby.
I'll be
She just
damn. I'm gonna
wanted
give
the
you
question.
400,000 a year for an inferior product.
And you want to know what? Why aren't we strong enough to say no? Why isn't our black leadership strong enough to say no? Why
Our
is that even
leadership
still a
is gone.
discussion? Why isn't that even a discussion right now? You know what I mean? All the money from COVID, all the money before COVID, all right, and we still got inferior schools right now. You know, and we're questioning our youth. We don't need to be questioning our youth. We need to jump up in front of the mirror and say, what in the hell are we doing wrong? Okay? We give them nothing, and we get mad when they create something. All right? We give them nothing. All right? Our rec centers, the amount of bike lanes, if that money was so wasted, how many rec centers could you put in for them dumbass bike lanes that they got out here right now? And you know, I seen something a minute ago where somebody literally stood in front of a camera with a big cheese smile and said, "Bike lanes are great. This is from our administration now. Bike lanes are great, and we have the opportunity for a new grant." Yo, all right, how wet you got to get wet before you know you wet? We wet. That's dead, baby. That's dead. And even you have people,
Yeah.
you have different people that don't look like us that are scratching their heads and saying, "What in the hell is this?" All right.
It's a
And then
plantation
we
with
talked about
black
that before.
overseers.
There's 4 crops here on this plantation. Do you know them, Donnie? I shared them with you before. Let's see if you took your notes in class. What are those plantations, Donnie? Oh, you gone. You're going to get your cheat notes. Well, I'm gonna tell you. All right, incarceration. Okay, one of the biggest one. You know what I mean? That's $70,000-$80,000 per person that they put out there. That's good money. All right. Then you have, addiction. And see, it's not just about the drugs. We can talk about the real essence of the addiction, of the mind, of the spirit, of the heart of those in Baltimore right now that feel as though that they are not good enough to really command and control their own destiny. All right. Then you have the homelessness. All right, it makes no sense that you have so many abandoned houses in Baltimore City, and you can use that word in the same sentence, saying that you have homelessness. We have homes, they're just not creating them, okay? And for us to keep having these conversations that are really an oxymoron, that we hear about $300,000 and $400,000 and $500,000 million projects, and we don't hear about anything of really growing our community. We don't hear anything about that. So all the money that was given to us for our citizens here, guess what? The developers get it all. So guess who are the biggest campaign contributors? Donnie, you know that one? Let me see if you take your notes. Who's the biggest political campaign contributors in Baltimore City? Who, Donnie?
Fox.
Huh? The developers. Come on, take the notes. Pay attention. Keep up with us.
Contracts. Corporations in general.
Yeah, but it's a certain element of what's here. And the developers are damn sure the best ones because guess what? You got to follow the money. Where's the money going? If you look at where you follow the money, all right? They say it in the movies. They say it everywhere. Follow the money. Where's the money going right now? Who's getting all the money in the city of Baltimore? Developers. Okay? And it's not the small developers that the money was slatted for. It's the big guys. It's the ones that write those checks, baby. Donnie, why you keep popping out on me, man?
So, Terrence, how do you think you turn it all around? If you was a man, what would you do to turn it all around and make it make sense?
You know, the first thing is you got to really take it back to the people. Number one. There's some basic things that have to be addressed, and it has to be on the forefront. And guess what will happen? The residual of those changes will change the narrative of where we're going in Baltimore. Number one is we got to do right by our kids, okay? And we got to do right by our kids with great schools. We got to do right by our kids with better communities. We have to do right by our kids with decent food. I mean, these are the bases. And I'm not talking about keep giving us food in a box, baby, all right? That kind of like slavery time. After they got finished slaughtering the hogs and they gave you that big foot tub of slop, Then we created something out of it. How about giving us the opportunity where we can create our own gardens?
They're not going to give you
Right?
nothing, Terrence.
Where we can
They're
have
not
our.
going to
Well,
give
listen.
you
Well,
anything.
Donnie, if you listen to the question that was asked and not keep popping off the show right now, you would have heard the question that was asked. It was asked to me was that what would I do if I was the mayor? Okay, so at that point, that means that if I'm the mayor, guess what I have the ability to do, Donnie? I have the ability to give those things that need to be done to our community. All right.
So why don't you
And then,
run for mayor?
You know what? I just turned double 30. I had some interesting lunches earlier this year. I had a group of folks that say they had 90 grand and they would like to see me take a seat somewhere, and that was one of the discussions. But guess what? I'm
The
double
truth
30
is, we need a bench,
to fight
Terrence.
this
The truth is,
to fight this corruption right here, bro. I'm good. I'm
the
good.
truth is,
Because you would have to overhaul everything. Everybody would have to get fired. It was like being a new manager at the car dealership. Donnie, you ever work in the car business?
no.
All right. You know what happens in the car business? You have in your file cabinet called a salesman's suitcase, which is a box folded up. Because when you get a new manager, guess what he does? He cleans the house. We don't clean the house here, bro. We keep using the same broken ass broom and the same raggedy dustpan. You got to clean the house. You know,
Terrence,
I
who do
tell
you
you
think
what,
is
the people
doing
that.
right then? Who would you say in Baltimore, especially politically, has it right? Who
But
would you
once
consider has
again,
it
I didn't
right?
get all of that. I didn't get all of that.
Okay. Who would you
Who do
say
we
in
want for mayor?
Baltimore?
You got Brandon, you got Sheila, you got Bob, you got the Root. You got to pick one. And I don't want to hear that crap. I know other
I ain't
people
got
they
none.
say, "Oh, I don't
I ain't
have a
got none.
choice."
Yo, Donnie, I ain't got none.
No
I ain't got
choice
none
is a choice.
because you want to know why you
No
haven't
choice
mentioned.
is a choice. You can't complain.
Listen, Hey, listen, I'm not complaining. I'm explaining. Okay, I'm explaining, and
I'm
I have the right
explaining.
to
You got to
explain.
pick a horse.
All
You
right.
got to pick a horse. Pick one. Can't hear
Yeah, his
you.
mic is gone.
Can't hear you.
I can say this. This brother's doing a lot, man. I be following him in terms of entrepreneurship. He's doing a whole lot,
You
and I
can't get
appreciate a
frustrated
brother
though,
that's
Mike.
trying to do
You
that.
got to make a choice. The election is
You
going
actually do
down.
have to make a choice.
It seems like Sheila was robbed in 16 and in 20. This woman comes back in 2024 one more time. You got to give it to her. I mean, it reminds me of John Elway. He went to the Super Bowl loss, and he hung in there. And then one
Yeah,
day he won. They have
yeah,
robbed that woman. They have robbed that woman. I
he
remember when they
has.
raided her house over some silly gift cards. How petty. Black people do something, they give us the worst possible
Yes,
punishment. How do you go up
yes,
in somebody's house over a damn gift
yeah,
card? There's
yeah, yeah,
O'Malley. O'Malley, Martin O'Malley, same one his wife just lost to Anthony Brown.
yeah.
Same one that went out there and said Anthony Brown wasn't qualified when he was their running mate.
I'm back, baby. I'm back, baby. I'm back, and I'm better. I'm
Come
not
on
just
back.
back.
Come
I'm
on
better.
back, Charlie.
All right. You asked me. See, there's one thing that I would say before they cut me off, baby. I think they be tapping my phone, Donnie. Because
No,
every
you
time I get ready to
mistakenly hit your microphone mute.
it's on mute now.
No. Don't touch
No,
nothing. Get
I
off.
didn't.
Let go.
All right. You know what? Like I said, that guess what? Some of all of them have great attributes, but whether or not they have the really commitment and intention for Baltimore City, you know what I mean? I know that guess what? At some point in time, you got to get up off of it. At some point in time, when your philosophy and your vision and your commitment don't get it done, you got to get up off of it. I think that everybody would like to see a fresh hand. Okay? I think
Who
everybody
you
would like to
gonna
be a
pick?
fresh.
Damn all of this philosophy. Sheila, Brandon, Bob, the Root.
I don't know yet.
Oh damn it! You
I
got 2
don't.
months. You better hurry up and figure it out.
Because guess what? Guess what? You know what? One of the things is this is that you used to be able to vote for stuff and you would see who was the better person. Now you got to see kind of like which one is not the worstest. You gotta do it in reverse. You gotta back into it. You know what I mean? All
That's
right.
honest.
Because the one thing is this is that I haven't seen anybody that really has the strength to command what they say and what they do. All right. It starts
Smart
off a
people
good
don't go into
thing.
politics. I keep saying that. Smart
Huh?
people stay away from this mess because it changes you. God, what it does to the
Well,
spirit,
it
to
doesn't
the
change you,
soul,
Donnie, but guess
and to
what?
your
If you
family.
don't
You know what I mean?
you know
It
what?
does
I don't think that it
horrible
change
things to a family.
I don't think that it changed. I think what happens that if you don't have the buy-in for yourself, that you actually belong to somebody else. You feel what I'm saying?
You're
That if someone
prostitute.
put out thousands and thousands of dollars to get you elected, guess what? There's this thing in business called ROI. You know what that is, Donnie? Return
Return on
on your
investment.
investment. So when someone invests in a candidate, guess what happened? And they call, they have expectations of them picking up, and they have expectations when they ask for something that is done. Have you ever noticed that after an election, the first thing that somebody do, what do? They do a fundraiser for another goddamn campaign. You just got there.
Do you
You know,
know that?
everybody
Do
wants to
you
be a
know?
serial
Let
a
me
serial
jump in.
politician.
Let me jump in.
Come
Do
on.
you know that Stephanie Rawlings Blake is getting a civil rights award?
You know what? Somebody else told me that, man.
Yeah, Stephanie Rawlings Blake is is being given an award out in California. You know, she's the lawyer for the NBA, and then so is and then she gave some old phony statement. It's like
Well,
we
you want to
ain't
know what,
forgot the
Donnie?
damn. Hold up! You keep cutting me off. We have not forgotten that Freddie Gray happened on your watch, and we ain't seen no damn progress in a decade since.
We ain't
And we
seen none
know
of that
the
money neither,
O'Malley
Donnie.
crew. We
Donnie,
know
where the
the
money?
O'Malley crew. We know the people affiliated with Martin O'Malley, the black people here in Baltimore, currently
All of them.
in play. We know all of them,
And you want to know what?
and
It's
not
so
just
factual, like
Baltimore,
you said. But the
across the
big question
state.
is this: where's the Freddie Gray money? Where's the Freddie Gray
Oh,
money?
somebody
Yo,
sniffed it
look where,
up.
yo, Donnie. It happened. What, 4 or 5 blocks from your house is where things went down, correct? How has that area changed at all, other than
Not at all.
other
Not at
than a
all.
mural, other than a mural on the wall? See,
Not at
we've
all.
been trained so much
Some of them
to
damn murals
accept
were done by
crumbs.
white people. That pissed me off because we haven't seen them since. One mural was done by an Iranian, and he's talking about immigrants on the mural. And I tried to tell the black man whose wall it was, dude, we weren't no damn immigrants. We keep letting other people come in here trying to tell our story. And when you say something, oh, Donnie radical. No, Donnie got a damn brain, and you should have one too.
Yeah, I know, baby. I know. You know, it's a sad state of that. We have the all the elements to be so awesome here, bro. Please understand.
Where you at,
If
man? Are you downtown?
No, man, I'm not allowed downtown. All right? They don't allow us downtown. If we go
Where are you?
downtown, man, we got to do the shucking and driving. And guess what? I'm allergic to shucking and driving. Okay? I'm allergic to it. Okay? And, we could have real great discussions like the
Is
CIAA.
that a
All right? I
Range
can't.
Rover you in, brother?
Don't worry about what I'm in, baby. Don't worry about what I'm in, baby. Come on,
I
stop
like that
now.
Rover.
Come on now. I ain't in no Rover. All
Rover,
right, don't be
Rover,
trying to
pull
get.
over.
Don't let nobody run up on me thinking they're gonna stick me up. Remind them, Donnie, I roll heavy.
Oh no, you protected by the blood, brother.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I got God around me. I ain't worrying about nobody.
Any thoughts on Good Friday?
You know what? Very much so. At this point in time now, in as we get ready for this spring, I'm really just focusing on all those businesses out there. I'm really focusing on all our youth out there. You know what I mean? We got something that we're starting April 1st. It's going to be really pretty awesome. It's called Family Camp. All right. We've tried to put together a couple of times, but I had to learn this whole thing with the nonprofit piece. Um, that's what I'm looking at on Good Friday. I'm looking at us not so much keep talking about the things that are wrong, but us really focusing more so on making things right. All right. And
Michael
like you
Michael
said,
Randolph, are you going to church on Sunday?
I'm gonna put my head in there, man.
Not
You
you,
know,
Michael Randolph, the other guy on the show. Yep.
Probably not.
Okay.
Mike,
I didn't
how
know
you
if you
doing,
wanted
baby?
people.
How you
I didn't know if you
doing?
wanted people to
I'm
go to
good.
church
I'm
once
good.
a year just to get the palm and you tie it around the mirror in your car and make people think you're a Christian.
Well, you got to make it. You got to make it into a cross, Donnie. You know, if you don't make the palm into a cross, then you ain't really right.
Yeah.
In the name of the Lord, hallelujah. Praise God.
Hosanna. Praise be the Lord. Praise
Watch
them
out
who
now.
come and who bring us salvation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you want to know what, Donnie? Here's the thing that I like to bring. All right, instead of us being so revolutionary with our sticks, let's put those sticks down and let's go ahead and let's work with our minds. Let's create that utopia of awesome that we know that we truly do deserve. But one of the things also, guess what, Donnie, I've been focusing on? And guess what? If you don't know, I've been in hiatus for over a year, maybe 2 years. I've been fighting with the city in reference to being able to use my outdoors that they gave me awards for, that they gave me grants for. And guess what? When I go down to the people that really do the work, when I go down to the inspectors down in zoning, all right, they say a few nice words about the zoning board, which ain't pretty, okay? And they say they're dumb. They say because they're stopping me from what I already have. They said that, you know what, they see so much challenge in reference to how they handle the small businesses, they don't understand themselves or what's going on with the city. You know, this philosophy that we have right now in Baltimore City is circulating around saying that we're creating this new thing for middle class. Guess what? I heard that statement all the way back when Smoke was here. Okay. All right. When I first came to Baltimore, I remember at that point in time, that's what really got me caught here because they were putting $5 million of development in Druid Hill Park. And coming from New York, I saw such opportunity with the abandoned buildings here. I was like, yo, I'm going to kill them here. This is going to be awesome. All right. But then I realized why those buildings were so abandoned because you have so many gatekeepers and situations that don't allow us to grow. You feel me? That you got a $10,000 shell and the city saying you got to come up with 100 grand because somebody else didn't take care of that obligation. All right. You know, at what point in time do you say, you know what? The hell with that. The book is zero. All right. Write it off as a loss. And let's create some tax revenue coming in here. Let's create some communities in here. Let's do right for the people. How about it? When do we choose the people? When is the government of Baltimore City really going to choose the people, not just a person? All right. All right. When are we going to go in from actually looking into icons and creating institutions? Okay. See,
Who
that's
you
what I
like in
want.
this Senate race, man? You got David Trone, who just misused the word jigaboo yesterday. You got Angela Alsobrooks, and then you got waiting in the gap, showing the general Larry Hogan. Who you like?
You know what? That's a tough one right now. All
Ooh.
right. And I thought really hard about it. The main reason why is because I've heard Trone about the business. I like that somebody is actually running for something and not asking for a check. That means that they have the ability to be true to what they say. Okay. All right.
But he used the word jigaboo yesterday.
Yo, I didn't use a couple words too. Shit. All right. I didn't use a couple words too. All right. My thing is this is that we have to get to the part. But I'm saying also, guess what? Larry Hogan, come on. All right. You know, him and Rutherford Boyd, hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? All right.
No, what
And
does
then
what the hell does that mean? Do we like him or
I mean,
not?
I don't know. One thing that I'm doing right now is guess what? I'm not making nothing premature at this point in
Of
time.
the three of them, who has sat in your restaurant?
See, now you're gonna make me answer. All right. Trone is set in my restaurant. Okay. Um, you know the governor sat in my restaurant quite a few times. Okay. I don't think I've seen the sister in my place yet, man.
What else she got running that campaign? She ain't been to the political. See, if you haven't been to Terra Cafe, that's like going to Atlanta and not going to Pascal's.
Hey,
Historically,
brother.
Pascal's is the place where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. went. Terra Cafe is a place where Donald Morton Glover used to hold shop. I
You know
haven't
what I
been
mean?
invited recently.
All right.
So
Yeah, but
Terrence, I
I
think
hit
you're
you. I
doing a
hit you.
great
I
job
hit
in
you up with that
Baltimore,
big
man.
country, though, Bo. I hit you with that big country, that fried fish, that mac and cheese, them greens and them
What
yams.
what
You ain't
time?
say no to that.
What time?
Hey, I see you at one today.
1 o'clock?
I'll see you at one today.
I'll be there.
And you want to
And,
know what,
and
Donnie? You know
Terrence.
what? Better yet, why don't you
Oh,
come this
Mike
evening,
Randolph,
man?
don't
I
mess
got
with my
live. I
big
got
country.
live music at the cafe today, from 6 to 9. I got live music at the cafe today. I got an awesome brother in the community that ain't coming by. All right, gonna play a little music. We're gonna do a little happy hour. You know we frying fish, baby. You know we frying the fish. All right.
What kind of
So
fish you got?
I got swine. You know, I call it the titanium fish. People that don't like fish. I don't know if it's because sometimes we rub it with that finger of love or how it is. All right.
You got
But
some
I
room.
know they go
You got some
crazy
of that
over it.
rumelade. You got some of that rumelade.
Come on, no. That's Chipotle mayo, baby. You know what?
Oh,
I got my
Chipotle
bottles in
mayo.
now, Donnie. I got my bottles in. I'm waiting for the labels. As soon as I get the labels, you're gonna be able to buy it at a Terra Cafe near you. That
You said one
Chipotle
o'clock.
mayo.
1 o'clock.
Nah, I want you to come later tonight. I want you to see the jazz musician. If you got to come twice, it's okay because you're nice. You can come at 1, but I need you back at 6. What you doing? What you
I'm gonna do
doing?
both. I'm gonna do both.
Come on, man. Act like a fat boy and pull up to the table. We got gravy.
Like a fat boy
Hey,
like taste.
Chance. Hey,
Huh?
Chance, I want you to know, man, you're doing a great job in Baltimore. And that no matter how they're trying to stop you, man, stay strong. Because at the end of the day, you will wear them down.
You
See,
want
that's
to
the
know what?
awesome to black people. You have to wear them down, keep coming back and keep coming back, and they will fall, man. So I've been following you in Baltimore, and I know that you got the possibilities in you. And that when it seems like it's not possible and you put in that last step, that's when you win. So I
Well, you want
encourage
to know
you,
what?
man, to
Thank you.
keep doing what you're doing, because people are watching you. And I'm saying all my people down south, I said if you hit Baltimore, you got to stop in and spend black dollars, my brother. So
Thank
they're
you.
coming your way.
Thank you. I appreciate you. And like you said, you know what? Here's the crazy part. Most of the people that we have right now in position, I knew them before they got their seat. And they're awesome people. All right? Awesome people. I just don't know what happened. I
Mhm.
remember when I was getting the books, school books out of the dumpster over here for another school because they were throwing the school books out, and the school police pulled a gun on me. You hear me? They pulled a gun on me getting books, and the principal told me when I went to go get them, I rented a U-Haul truck and everything. Teachers crying and told me to come up there, and I asked this principal. I wish I remember her name right now. I asked her, could I have the school books because I had another school that had a library with no books. Guess what that sister told me? And she looked like me. She said, you can't, they in the hallway now, they on carts. I could have rolled it right up to the U-Haul. She said I couldn't have those books, but I could get in the trash can and get them. That's how you
Mhm.
value a black man? That's how you can value a community leader. I'm a Baba. I'm a leader of my community. And I didn't ask for that title. They gave me that. That's how you value our leaders, our real leaders. And guess what happened, Donnie?
You
When I
climbed
got
in
in
that
that trash
dumpster and got
can,
the book.
you know I did. You know I did. All right. All right. I'm Jimmy Dixon's son. I'm going to do what I got to do for my community. It's bigger than me. And guess who I call? I call
Stephanie.
Brandon Scott. I call Brandon Scott.
He wasn't
Guess
mayor at
what
the
Brandon
time.
did?
He
I'm in the
wasn't mayor.
trash can and the gun's on me, telling me to come out with my hands, don't make no movement. I told him I'm crawling downtown to City Hall. I called Brandon. And guess what happened? My man looked out, bro. Within a minute or two, those officers backed up off me, and 2 more came, and they apologized. Okay, and I loaded up those books out the trash can, and I took them to that school. All right, and the story's heavy, cause guess who? You had Mayor Pugh books was in there. She had some
Slow
books
down.
in there.
Slow down. Brandon wasn't mayor when that happened.
No, he was a council person, and he made it happen for me, bro.
Oh,
Facts. Facts.
is
Like
this
I
an
said, I know
endorsement?
these people. I know these people when they were great for our community, and I just don't know what happened. I pray for them to come back. I pray for them to do the things that I know that is in them that
So
God put
who do
in
we
them.
want? Who do you like for mayor?
I ain't got it yet, bro. I ain't got it yet. I like the real ones though. So it's a couple people I can cross off the list right quick. I can cross Virgilagro off the list real quick. Boom, done. All right. You're an opportunist. Get out of here. Bob Wallace, done. You're an opportunist. Get out of here. You feel me? All right. So, and it's so crazy is that they keep playing like they playing checkers, man. But I'm a chess master.
We want to celebrate those black people in government who are doing right by black people, even if they get bumped.
See
And
what
I
you just
want to
said
tell
there.
you, Martin O'Malley's slimy hands are still involved in Maryland politics. Watch them.
I already know, Donnie. You know, here's the thing. If I had to give a suggestion,
Slimy.
if I had to give a suggestion to anybody that's running for a political seat right now, if I could just give them a suggestion, when they bend them knees and pray, all right, I need them to just pray for the season that they're in right now. Okay, the seat that they're in right now. I need them not to have a prayer to be a politician for the second, the third, and the fourth term. Okay, I need them to work on just the first one. See, I think that's where it gets lost at. That people get in that seat and they're thinking about the next time, and they forgot about this time. You know, for some reason or other, they think that guess what? When I get elected, I'm gonna get this box from Amazon. It's gonna have a cape in it. It's gonna have an S so I can put on my chest so I'm super. Okay, and that's not it. You
Hey,
got to do the
bro,
work.
let me tell you something that I've seen over the past 2 weeks. I've seen 4 Latino men, 5 Latino men, 3 Latino women across the street take a
I seen
shell
you,
of a
yo.
house
I seen you. I seen you,
and
bro. I
transform it.
seen the real. But you want to know that's real.
We can do
That's
that.
yo.
We
It's
can do
real.
that. We
But now,
stand
now,
on the
Donnie,
corner,
now,
you know
Donnie,
what I
watch
mean?
this,
You
watch
know what
this,
I
Donnie.
mean?
Hold on. You seen that? Now, let me tell you the other end of the backstory because you're not talking about the other end of the backstory. The other end of the backstory is that you did a great thing. You showed how they took a shell and were building it back, but you didn't have the other end of the backstory. Is that who adds their name on that deed?
I would imagine that Latino.
No, who has? No, they're working for somebody. Who has their name on that deed?
Well, you want me to give you the address?
I'm just gonna. We're having conversation. We ain't got
I
privy
didn't look that
precise. We're
up.
having
I didn't look
conversation.
that up, but I figure with all them
I,
damn Latinos over it, a Latino ought to
I
be owning it.
I guarantee you, it's nobody from our community.
Oh, not
Okay,
not a black
because in
person.
order to do that, let me share with you about real estate, man. You know that's how I made my bread. Okay, if you look at the house on the left and you look at the house on the right, they're abandoned. Guess
Yeah.
what? The only way you can do that deal is with cash because a bank ain't gonna loan you no money when you have an abandoned on the left and the right. So that isolates us from actually really getting in the game and getting it done.
Man,
You feel
we
me?
buy
You have
whatever
to
we
have
want
that
to
that
buy,
that hard
man.
money lender or that cash somewhere or that bank credit line somewhere. But if the city really put it together like they should and created it, what would happen is you would be able to leverage that whole block at one time. And you would find those 30 families, 15 on each side, and you would be able to actually create something there that is awesome. And the crazy part is that we have the money. No one's talking about the money from Harbor Bank. Have you talked about the money from Harbor Bank, Donnie? The last 3 times I've been on your show, I talked about the money from Harbor Bank. Has anybody digged into it further? There's over 600. You know how much it is, Donnie. You know how much it is.
600 what?
All right. There are millions in Harbor Bank
600?
right now.
Did you
All
say
right.
600?
For black people, for business, and home ownership. Can you hear me?
Are you saying 600 million at Harbor
I
Bank?
can't hear you.
No, okay. All right. Well, we had to bring you back next week. You done messed up the
I
show
wish
again.
people stop. Hello?
Yeah, they call it while we were there. Mike, any final thoughts? Come on in before we get out of here.
My
Hello?
final thoughts is that Donnie, you and my brother Terrence, y'all what Baltimore is all about. At the end of the day. At the end of the day, man, I think that unfortunately it's not only Baltimore, but across the nation. We don't have choices when it comes to political scene. Look at the presidential race. We got Biden, we got Trump. That's consistent throughout the United States. But the idea is that, but you have to vote for somebody. You have to
Hello?
do the worst, the least of the worst.
Terrence, your final thoughts.
My final thought is that, listen, family, there's this thing called CSAC, Social Enterprise and Social Alliance Collaboration. All right. It is a way that we need to be moving right now. We need to be having conversation about ourself and community, and we need to be getting together to have one voice. And we need to not ask, we need to demand from our politicians and those that we've elected in place. All right. Seems as though that after we leave the voting box, we put it all in their hands.
The hell with that. All right. We have to keep our hands on them. Okay. We have to keep our hands on them, and we have to decide what we want ourselves. All right. There's a great documentary that I'm in right now. All right. About reparation, pay up and get out the way. All right.
John Palmer.
Come on. You already know, bro. And I'm on the opening line that I share with everybody is that reparation is a lie. Okay? Just like a lot of the lies that the Democrats have keep pushing to us. Okay? It's no way in the world that we could have that much money in Baltimore City and for us to still be on the poverty level of the world. Okay? Places that don't have water, places that don't have food, places where people just don't have anything. We live in a land of abundance here. All right? And yet still there are certain places, 21217, that is still listed on the poverty level in the world. Okay, so we got a lot of problems, but we have a lot of solutions here. We just have to be intentional with them. All right. What I like to do, Donnie, since I'm on your show right now, I like to share an invitation to all politicians right now, especially those that are running for the council person against Robert Stoke. I want you to reach out to me. Okay. I want you to reach out to me. We need to erase some of this badness out of our community right now. But I do ask all of those, all right, that all politicians that would like to meet with the community, I like to share a space where you can come to Terra Cafe in a Jerk Garden, and I can hold about 100, 150 people, 200 people. And that if you're real about the city and about where you're running from, I don't care if you're in my district or not, okay? I like to offer you a space of where you can have an opportunity to come and talk to people about what your change items are going to be. See, that's what we need. We need change items. You need to have a plan. I don't need you to get one when you get there. I need you to have it before you even get started. Okay? So I like to just share that with everybody. And also I like to share it's Fish Friday. Come on out to Terra Cafe. We're open to 10 o'clock tonight from 6 to 9. I got live music, I got hot fish, and I got good times. 101 East 25th Street in the heart of Baltimore City on Black Wall Street, the 25th Street.
Up
Thank
to
you,
date,
Donnie,
down
once
tomorrow.
again.
Do your day and everything will follow. Nothing to it but to do it. I got to do it,
Got
regardless
to
of how
do
I
it. Come
feel.
on, Donnie.
I am somebody. I am my brother's keeper. Good
Come
morning,
on
world.
now. Thank you. Blessings over everybody. Good morning.